I should head back to the crypt and gather up as many potions as I can so I can go crafting. And I could also probably buy some explosive potions. Ooh, you can even go to these. That's very nice. Huh. Just your character literally goes and walks there. That's pretty nice. Let's see if I can't hand it over to the dude. Glad the spell ingredients he asked for. I just rubbed it on his back and nothing happened. I need both of them. It's a pretty typical game, so it's nothing of note. Should cook here as it's really near to a roasting stick. Also tailoring workbench. That's concerning. Huh, the rats and zombies actually brawl here. Dark Wizard's robes. I thought I heard a drip upstairs. In the attic. There is a slate after moving, there is a hole up there. The guy that was going to fix it fucked off on us though. He was meant to turn up one day. We had to cancel for reasons. So he was going to come back another day. And when he was meant to come back, he was meant to call us on like Monday or Tuesday. But he would call us on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and to come over right then and there. And so we would say, no, those days don't work for us. Like one day, Mom was at the vet with the dog or something. They just did not work for us. So he was like, oh, sure, I'll call back next week on Monday or Tuesday. And he did this 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row. So, and eventually he just stopped calling back. He just stopped. And nothing got fixed after that. We had a ton of jobs lined up for him, and none of them have gotten done now. He was the one setting the price and everything, so it's not like we're shortchanging him around. So, yeah. Like, it would be one thing if we were setting the price and lowballing it, but he was the one who set the price. He was the one who dictated it all. So if he had an issue with it, he was the one screwing himself over. Also, I did have some potions elsewhere that I could have grabbed. Well, yeah, the empty vials. Could have brought them. Bit of a mistake on my part, but... Ooh, stacks up to 5. Very nice. I'll cook everything and may give me some experience. These probably have a very long spawn time, so not expecting to see them too soon. Wish you could empty them. Because I'm gonna have to click 6 times already. 12 times actually. And yeah, these really do not respawn. Seven sorcery. Now I feel like, did I go too hard about the editors? I'm feeling a little bit bad. It just simply, like, again, I was expecting an editor to critique your work, yeah, to make sure it's spelling checking and all that. But I wasn't expecting them to just write in insults and leave it at that. I was expecting them to critique your work and to direct you to do better. But not, oh, I'm just, do better. You're trying to be funny and leave it at that with no further clarification. It feels like they're just not doing their fucking jobs. And yet they still want to be paid for it. The young adult editors were, they sound almost sickly sweet in how much nicer they were. Like, oh, I want to bring out the best of your work, so on and so forth. Those still haven't respawned. My god. I'm wondering if they won't respawn as long as it's in my inventory. But, they may just have that long of a respawn counter because of how good they are. Send to the bank. And there goes Horsey. This is an opportunity for me to get more brains, so it is good. But yeah, I was always expecting editors to critique your work, to give direction and guidance, you know, to make your book better. But just a snide insult and remark and nothing further just goes against my entire image of the profession. Like, I'm kind of failing to see the point in them if that's all they do. Just like, I'm going to insult you, then you have to work out how to keep me happy yourself. Again, they just sound like dumb high school, stereotypical high school bully or queen bitch, you know? They don't sound like serious professional adult. Then again, so many of supposed serious professional adults don't sound like one, you know? As one would expect. I keep gathering the bones, though, I don't see any use they have yet. If this was RuneScape, I would just be burying them for minor bits of prayer XP. Or bringing them to the Ectofungus, or whatever it's called. I've never done it before. For a bit better prayer XP. Like, I can see someone getting insulted if they do turn in trash, but somehow I doubt Brandon Sanderson was. So they were just taking a swing at a very successful established order because they could. If they're not games journalists, it's probably because they failed orders themselves and were sore about it. Oh, sorry, not games journalists. I've seen two things that are seemingly accepted online. One was that a lot of localizers are failed writers of their own accord. That's why they keep insisting upon rewriting other people's work. It's their only way to make it as a writer, by rewriting someone else's work. And that games journalists are failed movie critics. And ooh, empty vials. Hell yeah. Notice them on the map. So a bit of a waste of respawning time here, but oh well. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of games journalists are just failed movie critics. They hate games and how games are handle things. Like they keep saying it's time for games to mature and do better. But the thing is, games are plenty mature. They just dislike that they're not only movie games. So that's it. Games have handled hard, different topics since, maybe not since inception. I don't think Pong handled much, but games have handled hard topics from their inception. Games journalists so often don't play them and don't respect them when they do. No matter what the game does, it's never good enough for them. So could sell these instead for money instead of making my own potions, because these are quite possibly worth more. Not sure about the mana potions. Skills. Yeah, mana potions are equal with my own potions. So I could disassemble the mana potions, or just drink them, and then make my own potions, but then sell the sure shot ones, because they are worth that bit more. So, could do that. Ooh, the black powder cocktails have respawned. They do have a very long cooldown, but they are worth so much. That's 606 their value to a general store. If you can find someone that sells those, then you have a ton of bloody money right there. There is apparently a ring here on a 10-minute cooldown, but I could never find it. A very expensive ring. And there it goes. Killing the rat is kind of screwing with my ability to collect stuff, but it is giving me minor bits of food, cooking experience, basically. And it's giving me brains, which are needed for, at the very least, those quests. I do hope I made sense with the whole editor thing. I'm just really paranoid about that now. Just like, I expected critique, I expected direction, not just mindless insults and me expected to, derive value from them. So, I just don't have time for those kind of antics, Just don't have time for that. So... But yeah, no wonder the industry is struggling when the people whose job it is to guide and direct the writers, that's the best they do. No wonder the industry is struggling, Again, like, if what I've heard is true, where most published authors don't make much off any novel, they sell few pieces. The You know, they publish 10 novels in hopes one, you know, makes money. One pays for the rest. The industry is certainly in a bad state, and while it may not be entirely on the editors, them screwing around and expecting to get a paycheck at the end of the day, certainly I doubt it's helping. Like, I'm not putting it all on them, being clear, I'm not putting it all on them, but I don't see how those antics will be helping. It just, there's probably many things compounding. I remember hearing about the comic industry and how editors are over there, like how they may screw over or sabotage a book. Like, I remember hearing about Jim Shooter. I think that was his name. He was an editor at that terrified me. He was an editor at Marvel way back when, and he was apparently a bit of a hard ass, but he did good work. I think he put Marvel through a rough time or something. The details are honestly a bit hazy at this point. I remember one guy talking about him, and like, the dude is a mixed bag. He had his issues, but he did good work too. And it seems like, you know, he was at least in the right vein of an editor, of what I would expect. These other editors just insult you and that's it. They may do the other part of their job of they curate books. If something's not going to sell or may harm the brand, like the publishing label, they, you know, won't let it through. They may be doing that side of their work, certainly, but they aren't helping the author in any way. Or if they're as good at helping the author as they are at the other half of the job. You know, then they may be fucking that up too. Damn. These novice robes give you 20 mana. Jesus Christ. 35 on that. Let's pick these up before they despawn. Spell accuracy. Well, at least I'm getting some mage gear. How's that? Sorting that out. It's going to take a while now. The things are going to be out of out of order. Yeah, see? I'm gonna hold off on grabbing those for a moment, so that's, the other one will respawn. But yeah, that's what I think I remember hearing about Jim Shooter. He had good sides and bad sides to him, but I think he did, you know, overall did well enough as an editor. If memory serves. These ones just seem to insult people and that's it. Maybe they do curate it and whatnot, but if they do that as well as they help the authors, then they've probably shut down plenty of things that would have sold well, for all we know. Or warped them into a, you know, bastard state. Or, you know, fucked them up. Who knows? I have no real respect for them if that's the best they can do as their job, as you can tell. I may take a break for a bit because my mind's fixating now. Well, not fixating, but it's going around in circles. Sometimes when I bring up a point, I get paranoid. Oh, did I fuck it up? Did I do this? Did I do that? So I end up just... I just can't get my mind off it, basically. I do have OCD. It could be an OCD thing. I wouldn't have a clue. I think I may have enough potions now, though the one thing is, when I sell potions to... If I was to sell potions to make money, I would... If I was to sell potions to make money, then I lose the vial. And if I can't buy vials back... Can I buy vials? There better than be a way to, because I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to wait for one last spawn of this, and then I'm going to go. Level 32. Sweet hell. That always startles me. I would like if they changed the UI on this, because it does feel a little clunky. Sometimes the horse will actually actively walk away from you. If they made it more like a trade inventory from WoW, so you don't have to go through this each time. Like you just... might be able to put is, you know, give multiple things to the horse at one time would be handy. Yes. Okay, we're done here. I'm curious. I've given... This stacks up to 5. If I give 2, will they go to the bank, or will it acknowledge the stacking to 5? They will not acknowledge. The way the horse works, so, is... If the thing is in... Ooh, there's enemies up there. They are meant to be, they've misspawned. Happens a bit in this game. So, when you give something over to your horse, if it stacks to 100 and you give 50, then you give another 50. That's 2 slots taken up. I actually have the ability to fight right now, so... Could have a little around here. Crafting workbench. And I just heard the totem go off. Magnificent. The totem is the electric racket we have downstairs. It's a fly swat. You just stand it up and it stand it up on its little stand and it electrocutes and it hits it. You can also take it off the stand and swing it at it. Just gotta be careful that you don't hit and you don't want to zap. Because, well, it does a fair bit of damage. There's, you know, a chunk of power flowing through it. Haven't one-shot these zombies yet. Not the level 3 ones. Ooh, stylish silver ring. Here it is. 108. Maybe it goes for more to the, a lot more to the other guys. I know the other guys do charge a hell of a lot for this ring. That's the general store price. They may have also just nerfed the sell price on it hysterically. And again, the use failing. Maybe the cent bank is more guaranteed. Chicken bones. They're like bones, but from a chicken. If you want to know how spoiled our animals are here, yeah, we, Mum has cooked a whole chicken just for them. Part of the reason is both, well, for a bit there, Pippa was kind of sick, but beyond that, Lily's kind of fussy with her food, so if you just give her kibble, doesn't tend to eat it. So nice. If you give her kibble, she doesn't tend to eat it. So you have to bulk it up with something else. So often we end up doing like chicken and rice for them, or pasta or potatoes, you know? Handy. Excuse me. So, yeah, basically, so often we end up doing, you know, doing a nice cooked dinner for them. So, you know, veg, potatoes, meat, chicken. We may crack it open a tin of tuna for them and give them half a can each. It's to, like, Lily's losing on a weight, so, and she's fussy with eating, so this makes her eat, you know, it's worthwhile. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where we've just bought like a whole chicken just for the dogs. The cat's got a little bit of it too. I think Zen got like a whole chicken leg or something. And there today or yesterday. All I'm saying is here is just how profoundly spoiled our animals are. I ran in here before, but never saw half of this stuff. There goes horse. I'm not sure if I was coherent there. Basically, our dogs are really spoiled. To make sure that they eat, one, they're kind of sickly, so this is safe for them to have, but also because they're fussy, to make sure they eat and don't lose, too much weight, is, like, Lily eats well on this, and she's still losing weight. She's old, she's kind of sick, and she's terrible arthritis. It's kind of an inevitable thing. We're just doing our best to minimize it, if not have her bulk up a bit. God, my head is scrambled today. I may definitely stop for a bit and just try and fix my head. Dogs are fussy and don't eat. Sometimes they're also kind of sick, maybe sensitive stomachs. So this is a safe thing for them to eat, and something that they will eat and not ignore like the kibble. So it works on a few levels, and it's, it's a damn good thing. But it still feels kind of insane to be cooking a whole chicken just for the animals, just for the dogs. We had started, we had been buying like fillets from the local butcher, tray of 20 here for, or was it 2 trays of 10? But anyway, 4 of them, but it's just better off just buying the whole, fucking chicken for them. So, that's how much we goddamn spoiled them. Do they have that statue anywhere else? Not from what I see, which feels significant. Like, this statue, this winged Grim Reaper, is faced right at our goddamn grave. And it's the only one in the cemetery. That feels significant. Our body had been moved by someone for some reason. Maybe when the other family took power, they didn't want to completely desecrate the dead, so they just evicted us from our grave and buried us here unnoted. It is a desecration, but they didn't destroy the body, they simply moved it. Which feels a little more polite than an outright burning it, destroying it, casting it to sea kind of thing. Might be supporters who did it. To prevent the desecration. I'm not sure how much of what I need to get. I know I have some to begin with, but I don't know how much more I need to get. I'm so paranoid. Did I make coherent sense when I was talking about the dogs? I think I did. I always do, but to myself I can't tell. My brain is just like... I'm gonna stop in a second and check to make sure I haven't got any messages. See? Tried to do send the bank and it didn't work. That's a little frustrating. It just means extra clicking and extra stuff, you know? There it goes. Let's head over here. Some of the wind when it twirls in the air almost looks like a bit of a loading sign. Disaster is loading. Roasting stick seems to be able to do that, but really, part of me is thinking it should be somewhat restricted to only stuff you could cook on a roasting stick. Like, the rat meat we have here seems like the kind of thing you couldn't. Craft cured meat, raw meat, and tree salt. 17 over 17 seconds. It's worth a hell of a lot more. So that's the value of it. You could easily get some raw meat, some salt, and make cured meat. And sell it. So it's more of a finance thing than anything else. Rat meat is a nuisance. It's the same as with the trying to craft the didn't mean to consume it. It doesn't matter. It's the same as with the shards of copper. Ooh, actually no, these are better than shards of copper. They also stack up to 5. The way to fix the copper being an issue is to give you a trait to let you stack copper bars to a tree as well. Then you can easily just go in with a single slot, free, and work it from there. Don't we have to find the perfect rabbit ears? So I guess we can just massacre these for a time. I wonder if my videos have ever gotten anyone playing a game. Like, I've seen Splattercat's videos, and he's got me to try out a few different games, and I got this because of that. I wonder if my videos have done that with anyone else. keeps saying you don't have materials to craft this after it tries again. It's a little annoying. It feels like it should stop the moment you run out. Seems like the cooked rat meat has the same issue as the metal shards, where if you try and put it away, it doesn't work. If you hit put all away, it just puts away that stack. Bestiary. Rabbit. Perfect ears. It's perfect in every way. 3.3% chance. Would it be a good idea to try and farm trolls instead of, like, sheep? Because they can drop a variety of materials. Sheep, probably. They have a 50% chance of giving wool, 33% chance of giving sheepskin. Trolls can give 5% chance of skin, core, 12.5% chance of wolf hide, wolf pelt, 12.5% chance of cowhide, 20% chance of sheepskin, 5% chance of bear pelt. Probably better off with the sheep, honestly, but the variety is nice. Maybe I should be doing archery while I'm doing this. I don't need arrows. This very much feels like I'm playing RuneScape. Oh, I think I'm being summoned. BRB, folks. Hello, folks, and I have returned. There we go. Into the game. There we go. Just getting worried there when he wouldn't move. god. +1 range damage. Skills. Bow. Festival bow. More of a toy than real bow, but it can still hit a target when it counts. Can't use that until 6. Jesus, really? I'm stuck with this. No. Come on. That's annoying, the interruptions. Not sure. Nice. Like, I'm not sure if this is the best way to hunt, to try and level this or what. I suppose if I got some, you know, ranger gear, I may be in a better state. But to do that, I would have to head to this city. Unless tailors can make something. They can, actually. Tailors work with cloth and leather. Leather working is not a separate skill in this. But yeah, in Haywind, there's a guy that sells all the low tier tailoring supplies. People are saying how useful he is and whatnot. Though someone else was saying how tedious it is to level even with his help. So, we'll take a look at it ourselves. Best to, you know, give it a try ourselves. Always sticks with me. I can remember watching Let's Play of a game before, The Evil Within. The rabbits are so much more gutsy than the deer. The deer run away, the rabbits try and fight you. And they can actually hurt you too. But, yeah, I'd seen a Let's Play of it, and the Let's Player hated The Evil Within. Hated it. Then I saw someone else playing it, though they didn't Let's Play it, they just posted about it on Tumblr. And they loved it. And then, so I'm like, I'm torn. Like, it's one saying it's terrible, the other saying it's great. You know, what is it, basically. So I ended up giving it a shot myself, and while I didn't think it was as great as the first person, well, as the second person, I didn't hate it like the first person. I thought it was a perfectly serviceable game. The deer have 5 health, and yet they're dying easier than that. It seems like dying from an attack of 4. The damage of 4. It's weird. Must have just had a heart attack or something, the poor deer. At least you don't have to worry about arrows. Yeah, I hate those false sends. I try to send to bank and he does nothing. It's annoying. Nice. I wish there was a button to just empty inventory. In the full game, we're gonna get just a straight up larger inventory. We're nearly at level 6. Well, level 5. Well, and through that level 6. Zombies in here should be pretty easy to kill too. They actually do get better XP. I was thinking XP was just based off damage, so what you killed wouldn't really matter. fucking ton of chickens down here. Actually, no. They give us about the same amount of this. Here, have a carrot. Or as he eats your carrot in the white, you pat him gently on his snout. Good boy. Send to bank. Nice. Well, they're upset. Let's give me a chance to level my defense. Apparently some people have leveled their defense by, it said I took 2 HP damage, but I lost 3. The counts are definitely wrong on this. I can now use that crossbow. Sent to bank. Sadly, the items started despawning already. So I lost a little bit there. But it is what it is. It do be how it do be do. Got a ring of accuracy.